New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. A Brooklyn girl, that's Dawn Marie. She's sharing New York memories. See the city with Dawn Marie and hang in Little Italy. R.I.P. South Factory. The real party is Kings County. The songs about music all around. That's where she found the Brooklyn sound. New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Her large Italian family, they taught her hospitality, empathy, humanity. New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. A Brooklyn girl, that's Dawn Marie. She's sharing New York memories. See the city with Dawn Marie and hang in Little Italy. R.I.P. South Factory. The real party is Kings County. The songs about music all around. That's where she found the Brooklyn sound. New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Her large Italian family, they taught her hospitality, empathy, humanity, and strengthened her community. Her justice call, defiant tone, rings out from her Long Island home. New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. She's so damn cool, so smart and quick. She's old school, this New York chick. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, her justice dance. They face the music, they got no chance.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Saturday, March 1st, and it's just about 10:30 a.m. here on the East Coast. And I wanted to go live because it was Saturday. We're cleaning. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take a little bit of a break because I've been running since 7 a.m. this morning. So I said, come on, let's go. Let's chat for a little bit and hang out. And let me just lower the music in the background. I know you guys can't really hear it, but for some reason it goes blasting through my headphones. Yo, what's up, Lauren McKenzie? Good to see you. Hey, Capone. Zero Jules. Jennifer Subay. Welcome in, girl. Good to see you. Gen X. Nicole. Let me scroll up, guys. Lexi Beamer. Hey, ladies, have a great time at the Daffodil Festival. That sounds like a nice day. So what are you guys doing on this beautiful, where I am? It is a nice Saturday. It's about 70 degrees here. It's supposed to be a high of like 83. So, you know, it's a typical warm, nice Florida Saturday. So I'm not going to complain, like I said. It's really nice. And it's actually nice up in New York, too. I was talking to my sister before, and she said, you know what? It's in the 50s. I said, wow, that's actually pretty nice for a Saturday. So, you know, she says, we're going to get outside. We got a lot of things to do. And so I said, great, good for you. Jen, I got to get out to go to work at some point today. Yeah, you know, listen, it was such a crazy work week for me last week. And, you know, it's always like the end of the month is always crazy. And like, here we are, March 1st. And it's like, whoa, you know, it's almost the first quarter is almost over. And so we're rolling right into March, right? It's my daughter lives in Astoria. Oh, so yeah, you get it. City life is just insane. Everything is just go, 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 go. And so it's early in Cali, 7:30 a.m. I'm surprised you're already up. It's early. You know, I know I got up so early this morning. I actually woke up early. I made eggs for breakfast. The house was quiet when I got up, took a shower. It was so nice and peaceful. And then everybody started waking up and I was just like, oh, All right, this one's running out the door. This one's going here. Who went to the gym? I said, okay, now I have to clean. So all is get out, go do your thing. And so that I can get on with my day. And then I looked and I said, oh my God, it's already 10 o'clock. And, I had to do laundry. I needed to strip the beds and, do all this stuff. And I said, I need to grab another water bottle and sit down. And I said, I'm going to go live for a little bit and then just catch up because I hadn't talked to you guys for a minute. And so I had seen a lot of activity going on in Discord. And I know that there's been a lot of things on the news this week. What was it? Gene Hackman was found dead in his home with his wife. They were married for, what was he, 95? And the wife was 65. And so that was a really sad story to hear. And then I started going down the rabbit hole of all of that. And, they had the 2 or 3 dogs in the house. And so, and then they were there for like a while. And so I wanted to catch up on that later today too and see what was going on. So what's up? Zero Jules, good to see you. Barbara George, no cleaning for me today. She says, I'm going to lunch with your friends. Good for you. Get out, enjoy the day. I just do a little bit of things, try to keep into my routine. And, hopefully I can get out and get going outside too. I love to be outside, especially on a nice day. So you enjoy lunch with your friends and definitely get outside. I know Zero Jules shared a photo with us yesterday of the ducks in the pond. And, it's just nice to take some time to get out. I know I uploaded a short the other day because we were out, on the golf course and stuff. And I call him Mr. Side Eye because it's this big, and it's an iguana, but I call it they're iguanas. In my world, I take words and I just dismantle them a little bit. So this big iguana, he's probably like 100 years old, and he's got he's just very distinct. And so you'll have to go into my channel and look at the short that I made. And he's like moving his head sideways. And listen, I'm sure this thing is fast on his feet. I ain't trying to mess with him. So I take the picture really quick and then I go, and that's it. I don't mess with him, man. He's part of nature. He's living his best life. He's all over the place. I go for walks in the trails and stuff, and I see him over here. I see him over there. I see him over by the pool. He gets around. Okay. So, and he's got his little friends, and some of them aren't as big as him, but he's got his little homies that hang out. And it was funny. I was driving down one of the side streets the other day, and as I looked over to the tree, sometimes these lizards, so a big green lizard falls right out of the tree. Now, don't worry, he was not harmed, but they just, when it gets underneath like a certain temperature, that's it. They fall, but they get right back up, and I think they get like a little shook. If it gets underneath 60 degrees, they get like, out of their element, All right, let me see here. So let's see. Some of you guys help me out. So Zero says, Gene Hackman and his wife passing is so strange. I hope they figure out what happened. Yeah, me too. I seen that, Zero. And I was like, sounds a little bizarro. So yeah, I hope they figure out what happened there. It seems a little bit, suspicious. So Kitty Q, good to see you. Darlene Wolf, you got a creeper with him? Yeah. Darlene, my whole life, there's always creepers when it comes to these little animals and things. Yo, what up, Ross? Good to see you, buddy. Let's see. Yeah. Gen X says it's like a Pups and Pints place. I don't think I'm taking my dog. She has. Oh no. What up, Purple Iris? Purple Iris, happy birthday, girl. I hope you have a wonderful birthday weekend. They fall and they go into hibernation mode, so to speak. Yeah. Well, I remember the first time that I experienced a iguana falling out of a tree. I was laying at the pool, had first moved to Florida, and like here I was, this New Yorker coming down, grabbing a towel and a bathing suit, and I went to the pool and it was like 65 degrees. So, most Floridians are not at the pool when it's 65, but the Canadians and New Yorkers were at the pool. So I took my towel and I sat over by the tree, and I was reading a book, and as I was sitting there, boom, falls an iguana. I jumped so high and I screamed so loud. This thing just fell. And so and it lays there for a second. I ran so fast over by where they had like a bar stool area and like a grill and things. And I said to the guy, I said, "Oh my God." He goes, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" I said, I think something just fell out of the I don't know what happened." So he looks over and he goes, "Oh, don't worry about it." He goes, "That was an iguana and that's what they do. And when it gets a little cold and so maybe it wasn't 65, maybe it was 50. I don't know, whatever it was. It was chilly." He goes, "Yeah, that's it happens." And but my heart was racing and I jumped so high and screamed so loud. I'm surprised I didn't jump right in the pool. It was so funny. But yeah, that's what they do here. And so it was just crazy to like drive down, like a side street and just see it like fall out of the tree. And so it doesn't phase me now, but when I first moved here, I was like, "Oh my God, no falling iguanas on the west side, just little guys." Yeah, that's right, Ross. You guys don't have the big ones over there. You guys have like the little. It's funny to see these big suckers over here. I tell you though, even like when I come out of like the side of the gym over where I live, they'll, there I always see these two and they hang out by like this one little tree. And I tell the people in the neighborhood, like I love to like, start a conversation. I'll just walk right past and I go, "I got a question. I got questions." So this lady says to me, "What's the matter, honey? What's wrong?" I said, Do you feed these things like Doritos and Oreos and things? Because I mean, they're always here. They always look hungry. They don't mess with you." But like they definitely look like they're well taken care of. I don't know. Like, do you guys see? She's like, "No, no, no. We don't feed them any kind of snacks or anything." I'm like, "Lady, I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, they're all standing there staring at him, like, I wonder if they get aggressive. I wonder if they're gonna go start running after this little old lady that's standing there, like, taking videos. Nicole, me and my oldest son's dad had two iguanas back in the 90s. The female hated me. She would whip her tail at me all the time. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder if these big ones, because they're in the wild, so they're not like your pet. So I thought maybe if I was taunting it, like this thing would probably chase me. I think it would. Right. Kitty Q says, "I feel like Florida and Louisiana are our little version of Australia." Yeah, I definitely think, listen, this thing's definitely faster than me. I'm not gonna outrun it, right? Well, and if we were watching a golf tournament thing on TV yesterday, because they're having the what is it? It's not called the Palm Beach, what? Help me out here. It's not called the Honda Classic. It's called something else. Like I forget what it is, but there was an alligator on the course, right? And so the guy is like trying to make fun of it, and he's opening his arms and doing like the alligator thing. And I'm like, "Look at this guy in these checkered pants over here, like trying to act." I said, "Listen, if that alligator starts running after this guy, he better start zigzag running, like, because that thing is gonna take. He's gonna come for him." Like, females are very protective of their men. Purple. I had a 3-foot pet iguana. She was cool. Jennifer Subay. I could listen to you forever. I love that strong New York accent. Hey, Jennifer Subay. I appreciate that. I tell you, there's times where I feel like I have that strong New York accent. It was funny. I was talking to a neighbor the other day because she's all like bent out of shape because, listen, I don't know if it's just my personality or for whatever it's worth, like, so she's like annoyed with me because of something stupid. And so I don't know if I told you guys the story of this little there's like a couple of little old ladies I love them all and I think they're hysterical. Like when they wear like a wig or whatever, I always compliment them, or I'll run over and I'll try to like adjust it on their head because it just doesn't look, the way I would like to see it. So I will try to help them out. And so like this one lady, she just doesn't like me, whatever. And I'm always so nice to her. So I'm like, whatever. So there was like a mat outside my door forever. And so she doesn't think that I should have it. And I'm like, lady, listen, there's a lot of things going on out in the world. Like, and you got to stop getting so stuck on something so silly, So whatever, it's not a big deal. And so she gets annoyed and, hang on. Sunnyside, zigzag run. I've heard that too. I pray that I never have to find out if it's true. I know, me too, right? Okay. Yo, what up, Emily Pickles? Good to see you. So this lady, like what do they call those people? Like the HOA commando people, like they're just so I just call her like she's just very petty. And so for me, I love it because I could just be as petty. And so we were outside and she says something to me and she's like, "Where you from?" I said, "My mother." "Where you from?" But I don't say it that loud where she could hear me. I just kind of like, "Where you from?" So I said to her, because she's been dying to meet me, and I just, I always wave and say hello, and she. Well, let me back up because she only lives here, I guess, a couple of months out of the year, so she's what, a snowbird, and so I finally met her the other day, and so I said to her, "Hi, I'm Dawn Marie. It's nice to meet you. This is my, me, my husband, my family, whatever, whatever." And so she was like, "Where you from?" Like very firm. And she's from New York, but she's not from like the five boroughs. She's not from Long Island. She's from like she's from like upstate New York. And so that's fine. But like it's like a different part of, New York. People from the five boroughs of Long Island, like we understand what that means. There's no shade, but just so she goes, "Well, where you from?" So I tell her, like, I just say Brooklyn because I don't get into it with somebody I don't really know. Like, so I said to her, "Okay." So this other guy that he just moved in with his wife. She says to him, she goes, "Where you from?" He goes, "Staten Island." And so she's like, "Oh, you people." And I'm thinking, "Lady, what the frick?" So he looks at me, I look at him, and we're both dumbfounded. Like, what is she getting at here? So she goes, "You're not allowed to have mats outside your door." I went, "Jesus Christ. Like, what in the world?" Like, so the guy turns around and he's like, "You know what? Have a great day." So he goes to walk that way. I go walk the other way. And I'm like, "All right, whatever." Like, I'm a pick and choose your battle kind of person. I'm not trying to fight with her. So later on that afternoon, she comes over and starts to drizzle a little bit. And there's like a little bit of water that forms like outside my door. And so I said to her, um, "Hi, how are you?" I said, "Sorry I didn't get a chance to really talk to you before, but I really wanted to, reintroduce myself to you." And she goes, "Pick up your mat outside your door." She's like yelling at me. And I was like, "Oh my God, like she's not gonna stop." It's like one of those things. Hold on. Let me read some of your comments. I had to answer the phone and listen to the petty complaints. Yeah, all right. So I'll just keep reading my story and then so I said, "You know what? Maybe I'll just pick up the mat. Like I really don't want to fight with this lady. Like I don't want anything to happen to her." So then I went back and I thought to myself and I said, "No, you know what? Frick her. I'm gonna leave it out there because I don't want to slip and fall and break my ass." Like I mean, God forbid something happens, and that mat was there long before I moved in. So I leave it. So she comes back and she takes this piece of paper and she tapes it on my door to where I can't get it off because she took like that heavy duty tape and you can't get it off. So I'm like, what the frig? I can't get it off the door. So I'm like, "All right, whatever, lady." Like, she's one of these ladies, she like writes notes and puts it all over the place. And I'm like, like I get it. You said this once, you said it twice, you said it to me in front of the neighbor, like you said it to him, he took his inside. Like now I'm like, you know what, lady? Like pick and choose your battles. So fast forward, I get a letter in the mail from the HOA, and it's like, "You have to pick your mat up, blah, blah." So I call them. I go, "Listen, I got a problem. Like, there's water outside, and I need to know how to handle this. Like the mat is like a rubber mat. It's not a big deal." And so the girl goes, "You know what? Just leave it. It's not a big deal." She's like, "We have been trying to fix the concrete in certain areas, and so like I totally understand." And so I said, "All right, well, listen, if you want me to pick it up, I'll pick it up. I don't want to fight with this lady. Like, I obviously understand. I respect her. She's got a job to do, right? Like, I know it's a thankless job. I know she does it for free. Like, I totally get it. She's on the HOA and I don't want to mess with her." And she's like, "Yeah, no, I just leave it." So I'm like, "Uh-oh." Like now I gotta see this lady every day. Like she lives here. So this morning I'm outside and I'm sweeping the sidewalk. And so she comes over and she goes, "Very nice, very nice." I go, "Oh, good." She's saying I'm sweeping the sidewalk. She goes, "You didn't take away your mat." I went, "Oh my God." I was like, "Have a nice day." And I run in the house. I shut the door. I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't go outside anymore. I can't." All right. So yeah, that was my funny story. Yeah, would have put 3 mats out. I know. So what would you guys do? Would you leave it or would you take it in? My husband's like, leave it out there. What the- Go get some Goo Gone and it'll take that tape off. Yeah, I got to do something because now it looks all. I hate that. Like, why you got to come over here and now you got to mess up my friggin' door? Like, some of these HOA people are crazy. Like, and I love an HOA. Like, I do. I respect it. I love it. I think it's great when they enforce the rules. You know, I think, but I mean, why? So, is that like targeted harassment? I don't understand. She says, Gen X mowing the grass horizontally. Hey, you know, Nicole, my dad used to mow the grass horizontally. He would do it because it was just, we had like what was like half an acre in Long Island and the lawn was so big. And my father was always exercising. And so he would get out there with the mower and he would do, let's see, Gen X. People probably wanted someone reasonable like us, but the complainers were too much, and I just feel like I was telling the lady that lives next door to me, and I said to her, I think if it was in her delivery, if she was nicer about it, and if she said to me, hi, honey, it's so nice to meet you. Like, hey, just so you know, the mats, it's a little dangerous. You don't want anybody falling and tripping over it. Whatever, you might want to pick it up. Like I said, she doesn't live here year round, so she hasn't seen that it's been out there forever. And so when she's here for 6-7 weeks out of the year, she's like, you better pick up your mat. I was like, whoa, like, who the hell are you talking to? All right, Sunnyside says, leave it out. Yep, Darlene says, alcohol will do it. I tell you, man, it's 5 o'clock always somewhere here. Brandon says, that sounds like some of the co-op boards in the city. You wouldn't get me in an HOA. They act like they paid for your. Yes, exactly. And I'm like, I pay a lot of money where I live, and my money is just as good as it all goes into their HOA, right? I mean, just say when. Good to see you. I tell you, it is wild. I just thought to myself, like, there's so much going on in the world. Like, people have health issues, family members that are passing away, things that are going on. Life's too short. Like, why are you so worried? But then I feel bad, right? Because then I'm always like a Monday morning quarterbacker. I sit here and I go, God forbid somebody falls, then I'm going to feel bad. And then I go, well, then what if I fall? Then I'm going to be pissed. So I'm going back and forth in my head. And I'm like, Jennifer says, I know I would love to live somewhere secluded because I got a couple of nuisance neighbors. Yeah. I just don't. But what the thing is to me is like when she was just like, where you from? And I was like, your sister's ass. What do you mean, where am I from? What does it matter where I'm from? Like, you can tell I'm from New York. You see, I'm very outspoken. You can tell from my accent, I guess. I mean, those people are on a power trip. I know, Darlene, that's what it was, I think, for her. Just say when. I just came in to the lawn mowing conversation. My dad taught me how to mow horizontally one way, next time horizontal the other way, and then straight back and forth the next. Darlene says, give her post. Wait, what? Give her post to tell her you only want that on your. Give her post-it notes, right? Listen, we always want people to do what we do, right? I don't know. For me, I'm very like clean and organized. And so like when I see like we have this like big community board downstairs, like where everybody puts things and, like, oh, there are people like going on a cruise and this and, come join this. And I love that about a community. I think it's great. And then she'll put like these, because now she's here. And so you have to like stop, drop, and roll the carpet out because she's here. And so like word on the street is getting around like that she's here. And I'm laughing because I'm like, well, I mean, we get on about our everyday, daily things without her. And so, and no disrespect at all. But I mean, come on, lady, stop. And so she puts these notes all over. And I'm thinking, oh my God, like, turn the door left, click it right to do that. Really? No shit. I'm not far from you, Dormer. Oh, Jennifer Subag, really? Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, I love that. It's so nice to see you over here. Thank you for coming over and hanging out. I know. I just say that we kick it over here on the stoop. Well, now we're on the lawn chilling in Florida, but I go up to New York once in a while and go see my family and stuff. But it's just funny to sit and to just, see Florida for what it is. Like 20 years ago, like what is your vision of Florida? Like as somebody who visits here or somebody who lives here, right? It's different. And I know that I see it and I work full time, right? And so I tell people too, like I live where you vacation, but that's not to say it in a bad way because I work full time. And so when I get to have a day off, like today, I'm cleaning, I'll be cooking soon. I still have to run and do errands and things. And so there's a lot going on. But could I take a day to go to where you would vacation? Yeah, I could. But it's hard, when you're working a lot. There's a lot of, people say, oh, you live in Florida, you're so lucky. And it's like, yeah, I guess you could say that. But at the same time, it's expensive to live here too. And so the more you make, the more you spend, the more you spend, the more, so, oh, you're in the Poconos. Oh, so wait, no, you are far from me. Well, even from New York, listen, as kids, we would vacation in the Poconos all the time. Like my dad would take us there in the summer, and we would go to what was that place? Mount Airy Lodge. He would take us there. Every couple of years we would go up there. My uncle had a house up in Pennsylvania, so every couple of years, like we'd go stop there and say hi, see them. We would go to I remember one time getting lost in Amish World. We would go to Hershey, Pennsylvania. I feel like, growing up in New York, you had so many different places that you could pivot and go on vacation, because it was always just like a car ride away. We would go to Jersey all the time because I had family in South Jersey and, well, North Jersey, South Jersey, all over. But Hershey, Pennsylvania was always, like, I feel like we did like, long weekends in the summer in Pennsylvania. It was always. Darren, good to see you. I love your accent. I have not heard it since Cyndi Lauper. Dawn Marie, I heard the car insurance in Florida. Brandon, oh, you know what? I just paid the car insurance yesterday and it's through the roof. I'm so fed up with the rates on car insurance. Just the cost of everything here it hurts. It's a lot. It's very expensive. I'm sure it's expensive everywhere, but yeah, it is. It's a lot down here. Yeah, Hershey Park. We had a lot of fun there as a kid. I remember there was a roller coaster back in the day that my brother and I used to go on, and man, he was a daredevil. Me, not so much. There was one, and it was like it was a dueling dragon, some kind of a thing. And I just remembered like my dad got my brother like a t-shirt that said like, I survived. And so I didn't get the t-shirt because I was like, you know what? I got all the way up to the line and I was like, my brother's like, you're not going to go on? You're not coming on with me? I was like, I can't do it. Maybe the next one. So then I went on like a different one, but the biggest one, he went on it. Like Super Duper Looper. That was it. Yes. He went on that. Yeah, Florida insurance is no fault and they stick it to it's freaking insane. Just say when. Jen, I love it. My parents always told the story of me mowing next to him with my plastic. Oh, yeah, memories of when you were a kid, right? Being outside, mowing the lawn with your dad, if that was something you did. Like I said, I had a friend that was telling me when she grew up, her parents owned a farm. And I was like, yo, that's pretty sick. Like, I mean, when we lived on Long Island, I went to high school with a girl I think it was her grandparents that owned a farm. I want to say it was somewhere like Northport or something out, on that side. And, her memories were like on the weekends, she would go with her grandparents and they would feed the horses and stuff. And so I was like, well, that's really cool. I mean, I went cliff jumping with my brother and his friends, and my brother jumped and his friends wouldn't. So I jumped and then they all had to jump. Yeah, listen, I remember going out on a boat when I was in my early 20s and we were out. I don't remember if it was the Long Island Sound or out in the friggin' wherever. and there were dolphins swimming next to the boat, and I just thought to myself, I probably had a couple of drinks in me. I'm sure I did, right? And I jumped off the side of the boat and I started swimming with the dolphins. Like you could never catch me doing that now. No way. I don't know what. Like I just jumped off the side, and we were probably out maybe that it had to have been 30, 40 feet down to the bottom. And I don't even know like what made me do it. Did I want to say like, oh, I swam with the dolphins? Let me tell you, I swam so fast back to that boat. I was so scared. I got back on and I was just like, what the hell did I just do? I didn't think after, like, the minute I did it, I didn't think to myself what was underneath me, what was next to me, nothing. Like you do things and then you think afterwards, like, how fearless of, oh, I could scare myself. I was just thinking about it. Like, we were watching something the other day where there were like whales fighting and eating the dolphins. And I'm like, oh my God, I could never just not. Yeah, it was on Long Island. Where's Darlene? Darlene, it was over on the South Shore. Let's see. Brandon says it's crazy. $12.99 for a dozen of eggs here in Brooklyn. Milk is going up to $9. I went to Publix the other day. It was like Wednesday, and I see this sticker in the the case, and it says $14.39 for eggs. I'm like, there's no way. So there's two older women standing there, and they're like, honey, maybe you could help us out. I'm like, I don't know about them. So I look and I go, she's like, is it $14.39 for the eggs? I said, I don't know. Let me research this because I doubt it. That's a lot. And so I call the guy over. He looks and he goes, no, that's wrong. He goes, that's for 30 count. I said, oh, well, look, because the way they had the sticker and then they had the 12 pack of the Publix, just regular large eggs in the pink container sitting right in front of the sticker. So I said, well, that's there. Was that there to like, that's a TikTok scare or something like this is, And so a 12 pack of regular large eggs was $5.99 down here. But they really didn't have many, And so the kid said, we're getting a delivery tomorrow. And I said, well, do you have Eggland's Best? Because that's usually what we buy, but he didn't have any. They had, for $3.29, they had 6 already, hard-boiled eggs in a bag. And so they had that as an option. They had, like I said, $5.99 was the regular Publix eggs. And then there were, I think it was extra large eggs were $8.39. And so, yeah, it was a little crazier in some, but I mean, come on. I remember eggs being $2.29 for freaking a dozen eggs. So I don't know what the hell's going on. Did they say when it's ever going to come down? Yeah, it's time to buy a chicken, Brandon. Let me know. I need to go catch myself 2 chickens. Jennifer says, I feel like Florida has the most crime. All these cases seem to be in Florida. Well, yeah, you know what? Probably, yes, you're absolutely right. And I think a lot of the times that you find what you focus on, And so if there's a lot of crime here and they're publicizing it all, of course, they're going to show that there's a lot of crime here. So, I just think that there's crime everywhere. Brandon, I got roosters and chickens in the house behind my house. Darlene, you get your own eggs? Yeah, the prices are insane. I know, $9 for friggin' half a gallon of milk. Yeah, it's cheaper to lay your own eggs. Yeah, I thought $5.99. I was like, well, in a world where people are like $9 for eggs, I was like, well, I got it for $5.99, and I was in the middle of a pretty decent area, so I was like, what's going on here? Like, I mean, I thought these 2 old ladies were going to stroke out at Publix because they were like $14.39. I go, ooh, let me investigate this a little bit here, ma'am, because if it's $14.39 for 12 eggs, we got a problem because I don't think anybody is going to be eating eggs for a while. Yeah, you remember when they were $1.99, right? It's just stupid. I mean, it's eggs. What the? Some stores DM are selling 3 eggs to people for $2.99 here. It's not legal, but whatever, they are doing it. It's people try to take advantage of whatever it is. It's like I remember back in the day when we were kids, back in the way day, um, when remember the little bodegas would sell Lucy cigarettes. What would they sell the Lucy cigarettes for? Like, you didn't buy a pack because either you just wanted to get one cigarette, or for whatever it was. What was it like? A Lucy cigarette was 10 cents. I'm just throwing a price out there, but either you couldn't afford a whole pack, so you just bought one. Yes, Darren's from Dublin. Eggs and chickens are cheap here, he says. Emily Pickles. Yes, I thought about that. They just don't allow them in other states. Wait, what did Emily say? Let's scroll up. Jennifer Subay. Florida allows cameras in their courtrooms. Yep, they do. Not all states do, and some it's a case by case basis. Yep. I really want them to have cameras in the court for this what's it called case in New York. I just drew a blank. I'm looking right at his face too. Luigi Mangione. I really want them to televise that. That would be nice. And Rex Heuermann. I mean, come on. I want cameras in that. So New York absolutely, I think, in my opinion, needs cameras. I mean, come on. Yeah, some cigarettes are over $20 a pack. I mean, gross. I don't smoke. No shade to anybody that does. I did years and years and years and years ago, but I mean, how can you afford it? It's just so much money. I know a lot of people switch to vaping and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's great if you can switch, but it is a lot of money for it. And it's a hard habit to kick. It really is. Jennifer Subay, you'll notice Wisconsin, Florida, and a couple others. So wait, I'm sorry. You'll notice Wisconsin, Florida, and a couple others do. So you'll see them on more often. Yeah, New York deserves cameras for Rex. I think so too. I don't know. And I always feel like why are some states allowed and some aren't? What's the story? Come on. Exactly, Jennifer. They should allow cameras in courts everywhere. We need to see our justice system at work. Yep. Yo, Robbie. He says hello, Dawn, and all you sexy people. It's good to see you. New York, they have cameras in everyone's life. I think they need them in the court. I mean, I don't know. I just feel as though the public needs to see justice being served. They televise and show so much of these cases when they, when these crimes are first happening, that I just think it would be fair to show the people what's going on inside. Why make them, open them up? DM, they are remodeling Rex's house. Hope they do something with that basement. Not sure why they don't demolish the entire, we say the same thing. I don't understand what they're going to do with that, but I know I had seen it. One of my family members had sent me a photo of, they had drove past, since they don't live that far away. And so I said, well, what's going on? Like, she's like, I have no idea what they're doing inside. I said, but, be interesting. I mean, who knows? Maybe the family is just like wanting to, maybe they're redoing the kitchen. I mean, God knows like how you would feel after knowing like allegedly what happened inside and what happened downstairs. Could you continue to live in there like that? I couldn't. No way. I mean, honestly, like that house is such an eyesore, really. And that neighborhood is beautiful. It's a beautiful little neighborhood. It's a family neighborhood. There's a lot of, retired law enforcement that live in that neighborhood, a lot. And so, they have kids, families, and things. And so what a creepy little positioned scenario right there for them. Kitty Q, hey everyone, I gotta go. Kids have tournaments this morning. I hope you all have a great weekend and stay safe. Thanks. Hey Kitty Q, thank you for coming in. I hope you have a great weekend and good luck at your tournaments. Go knock them dead, girl. Kids out there and put them in, coach. Yeah, that house should have been demolished. Well, I don't know how and knock up whatever, but how the wife and the kids could live there. I mean, Such a shame, really. Yes, yes. Have a wonderful day, Kitty Q. Such a nice woman. Her family, they're good people. Um, Jennifer Subay, I thought the same as you several years ago, and my sister told me it was state by state, that Florida and Wisconsin just are open for media, and others, the judge decides other states are open. Yeah. You know who I heard just got arrested the other day down here too was, you guys know who that Island Boys are? Those two kids that have these like ridiculous hairdo that like sticking out of their head, big stalks coming out. The one he was arrested for, I don't remember, some driving thing. I think it was over in Naples that they got him. But, just kids just don't even. And one of my cousins is a cop down here. So I was asking him, I was just like, yo, so who have you arrested lately? And so he tells me like the name of like a rapper or whatever. And I was like, was he nice? He goes, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was just, he didn't have a license. I go, what? Oh my God. You never heard of them? Yeah, it's the Island Boys. I guess they're big over on TikTok or whatever, but they were like two young kids. They got tattoos all over their faces. For somebody that comes in the chat that tells me you know who they are, say it. Gen X, you know who they are? Emily Pickles. I think Google might say who has open media laws. Yeah. So what else is going on? You guys see that there was a FedEx plane that was, I guess, had a bunch of, packages or whatever. And I guess it went on, the engine caught on fire and it had to make like an emergency landing. I think it was somewhere up in Jersey. That was crazy to see. I saw that first thing this morning too. Nicole, so you know who they are? Yeah, they just, I don't know. I can't stand them either. I remember my daughter was watching it one day and she was just like, "Oh my God, look at these!" I went, "Get that out of here! Get that out of my!" I'm very like, get that out of my face. The 78-year-old girl. Wait, what? The 78-year-old who was shot. Her terminal husband in Daytona got 1 year and 12 probation. I did not hear about that. Oh, wait, the 78-year-old who shot her terminal husband in Daytona. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I did hear that. She got 1 year. That's it. Jesus. And 12 on probation, 78 years old. Oh, yeah. What is going on? Do they not want jobs? Gen X? No. Who? Why should anybody work? When they could, I'm still refusing to get my ass on a plane. Yeah, well, yeah. One way to opt out of the workforce. Emily at Jennifer. I'm sure for a while they were a bunch in Wisconsin. And I thought, geez, what's wrong with? Oh, you guys are still talking about the cameras in the court. So yeah, that's my little stories, and I have not seen my little Millie in a minute, so maybe I'll stop in tomorrow, see how she's doing. Like every day anymore, there's something happening with plane. Yeah, and it's more pronounced, right? Because they're showing it, and so the more the media shows things, the more we see things, and so that's just what it is. Well, and it's scary, because it's like, it'll always go back to that. They find, you find what you focus on. And so I don't know what is going on with those planes, Jennifer. It is just, they definitely need to get a bunch of new ones. I know that, or at least start taking the solid ones and, making sure that they have solid, like engines and make, all of the things. And Don't be so lazy and cut corners and just let people need to just have more patience too. I don't know. I feel like are they overbooking the planes? Are people just rushing? Like, when the world started opening back up a couple of years ago and, people wanted to travel more and it was just, did they just start stuffing things? I don't know. It's just everybody has their crazy theories, right? On what it is. So what's everybody doing this weekend? You guys have any plans? Before you know it, Easter will be here, Passover, all of the holidays will start creeping up soon. I know we got St. Patrick's Day is coming soon. My family, we celebrate that. My mom will make corned beef, cabbage, Irish soda bread, all of those things. Her house will be all green. Elon is bringing back the blimp. All right, rock on. Just say went over here trying to explain to my grand dog, the little kitty that just came over to the door, just wanted to be friends. If anybody would hear these conversations. Yeah, when you start talking to your pets, right? Nope, nothing to do today. We do it the rock pot way. There you go. Listen, I start little projects throughout the week and then I go, am I going to finish that or are we just going to dismantle it and toss it? Because, I said, I don't do clutter. I don't do the clutter thing. So we got to toss it because in my last part of my life, we just, so we going to throw it away, take it and toss it, throw it out. Yes, I know. Jennifer Subay, I'm so glad you stopped in. It's always so good to see you. You tell Vinnie Politan, I said, what up, homie? You two bit actors, what's good? You're gonna build a new desk, Nicole? That's dope. Have fun with that. Make sure you take little breaks, drink water, and don't knock your back out. It's not a joke. Tesla blimps are coming. All right. Hey, listen, leave it to Elon Musk to make us right into the Jetsons. Hang on to your safety belts. Make sure you buckle up. Have you guys got the plastic straws back yet? Robbie, it's funny you say that. I actually stopped at Chick-fil-A yesterday because I stopped at my mother's and I brought her lunch to her house. And I said to the kid, do you have plastic straw? I hate to be that person, but I can't drink out of the paper straw. And so he hands me a paper straw. And so I got my mother her chicken thing and I took 2 French fries. I got the fries. And so I got the lemonade iced tea for myself. And the straw was a paper straw. But some restaurants are getting back the plastic straws, but like Chick-fil-A, no. They still have the paper straw, which drives me nuts because the guy says to me, but it's a thicker straw. I said, dude, it doesn't matter because once you stick the straw in the drink, that's it. It disintegrates. It's done. Forget it. But that's what, put a plastic top on it and it's in a styrofoam cup. So, I mean, I don't even want to start. So I said, forget it. I'm out of here. Have a nice day. And so I just take my stuff and leave. Whiskey, then Guinness, whiskey, Guinness, whiskey. Yes. March 17th, Darren, it's definitely going to be that life over at my mom's house. Yeah, paper straws are gross. I just don't understand. I get it. You don't want to hurt the turtles. I'm 100% with you on that. But I just, so I could agree to disagree on that whole. So I just take the top off and drink it right out of the cup because I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to argue this because I ain't going to win. And so for that, I'm like, no. And, I'm pretty sure that there's a poke place that I like to go to where I get a tuna bowl and they have the greatest plastic straws but they're recycled plastic. Cause I was asking the guy one day, I said, you guys have the great, I definitely love straws. And so he was just like, let me tell you something about my straws. And so he tells me this whole recycled story about the plastics that they use to make the straw. And so what a great little story he had. And so every once in a while I'll stop in there and I'll pick some stuff up for dinner and he has the plastic straws. Face masks ended up in the sea. Give me my straws. Yeah, I mean, whatever. They make a compostable straw out of corn that doesn't fall apart like the paper ones. Yeah. Oh my God, I hate the paper straws. I know turtles and the environment, but they're so terrible. They go soggy, Robbie. See what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, people need to be more responsible for garbage disposal. Exactly. That's why I say, see, that's why there's directions on shampoo for people like that are lazy, that don't know how to throw away and, you know, do their recycling. And so it's the world that we live in. Although I was in a salon the other day and we were talking and I said to one of the girls, because she does this whole recycling, we do this whole recycling program together with her. And so I said, hey, how much recycles, in just like foils and things like, tubes and metals, basically, like how much did we collect this month? She had 100 pounds in, and foil is not that heavy when you compact it all together. And so I said 100 pounds. That's great to put away in the recycling thing for them to come and pick it up. So I was like, that's pretty cool. My shampoo has refills to buy at the salon. Emily, that's amazing. I love that. That's great. Any salon that participates in a program like that or has products that are, recyclable or, it's made in a certain type of a plastic. I love that. I just think that it's so good for the environment and things. We were the last of the breed of responsible for garbage. That's right, Darlene. We are. Oh my God, Dawn Marie, I just LOL over the direct. Listen, just say when. I say it all the time. My daughter dies laughing because she's like, why didn't you say listen? Because there's a reason why there's directions on shampoo. I mean, if I got, you only got to wet your hair, you got to put it in your hand, you got to shampoo your head. Like, I said, do you need directions for that? She goes, I guess not. There's people out there that need those directions because they just don't know. And that's just what it is. And it takes up space on the back of the bottle because I have other things I need to put on the back of that. Darren, I have a whole drawer of reusable straws. Yeah. Compostable. I'm probably saying that wrong. Sorry. I'm just trying to read that really fast. Compost. It breakers down into soil. Yeah. We didn't eat Tide Pods. No, Darlene. And that's absolutely disgusting. Erica Olson. I'm so glad you got the chat back up. It's good to see you. Happy Saturday. Darlene's fun. Like, what about that guy? Was it down in like Miami or Fort Lauderdale where he like ate a Tide Pod and then ate someone's face off? Like, ew. What is like what are you doing? Stop eating chemicals. Like, stop eating the soap. Laundry detergent is meant to use on your clothes, sir. Not eat it. For bath salts or whatever it was. Like he would go to Lush and eat a bath bomb and then went out on the highway and like attacked a man and like what? Disgusting. Yeah, it was bath salts. Sorry. Yeah, he went to Bath and Body Works and was like, "Excuse me, ma'am, I'm hungry." Like, yeah. Oh my God, the bath salts made me scared of those. Ew. I just like who looks at it and goes, it was like, what was that TV show where people were like eating the couch cushion? What was that? Like, are you not well? Like, hold on, I want to try this because I think it might taste good. Ew. Do you have a fever? Where are you from? Maybe the neighbor should go ask some other. Where are you from? Who raised you? I just want to eat the cushion of your couch. Hang on. I remember why my strange addiction. Sunnyside, good to see. Yeah, a real life zombie. Yes, oh my strange addiction. Like what? Or the lady that licked, she was licking things. I remember why I was fascinated by this show because I sat there and I was just like, wait, get the popcorn and the bowl, hurry up, the butter, all the things, because we got a situation here. There's a lady that's licking ashes. Yeah. From mm-hmm. Yep. And she can't stop. What? YouTube's been weird. Sometimes I can chat, sometimes not. I saw someone who broke her jaw eating the armchair rest. Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. Like, what in the world? Like, I saw a lady, she was eating blush from the makeup. Like, like she would buy a thing of blush, she would crush it up, and then she would eat it. Ma'am, your teeth are red. What are you doing? It's not fruit punch. It's blush for your makeup. Why? Why? I just don't understand. I'm scared at the same time because I say to myself, was there not food in the house? I do get worried. Like, these are the problems in the world. Like, I'm scared for them. Robbie, I don't understand. Those are PICA medical issues. Darlene, tell me. I need to know. I have questions. I watched it and kept saying, is this for real? This can't be for real. Emily Pickles, I just don't. What? The eating of the ashes, the cushion of the couch. When the lady was like eating the cushion, she was just like, oh yeah. Like, I mean, do you sit there and go, this is my breakfast, this is my lunch, this is my snack, this is my Weight Watchers thing. Like, is there calories in it? Why? No. Psych patients. They need help. I'm about to eat my paper straw. Robbie, don't do it. Don't do it. 1-800 call me. I will help you. Don't do it. You could have, there's cottage cheese in the refrigerator. We have there's pizza. We can heat up some pizza. I have some leftover. We have some cereal. Remember the guy who married his car? No. Why would you marry your car? Stop it. Hang on a second. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. In my kindergarten class, a girl chewed on Kleenex. Yummy. Yeah, armchair TV dinner. Darren, I just don't understand. I mean, if it really is a type of a thing, like a behavioral, like I hope they get help and do they get help? Because I didn't watch the rest of the show. I just remember watching it and rewinding it and just wanting to know, like what, why? YouTube bed actors. How many hallucinogenics are just a form of poison? I think that's what's going on. Erica Olson, good to see you. She's back in action. It's been said, here comes Darlene. Ready? Here we go. It's been said that they do it for missing a mineral or something in the body. So maybe there was a mineral in the blush. And so when she ate it, she tasted the mineral? Interesting. Yeah, Sunnyside. I was fascinated over it because I was just like, because it was like the foam on the inside of the couch. And so I was like, ugh. I don't know. So anywho. Yeah, now you know what you're going to watch today, Emily. Well, it's better than these tragedy pimps that are, using a little baby for their selfish money gains. I can't. And hurting the parents and the victim. Like, I can't. Oh, and props for, I heard Frankie Rusek, good for him. He won a lawsuit against Alan, what was his name? Alan Vinicombe. And so I'm so happy for the Rusek family, and Frankie stayed on top of that. And that was great. And so got some justice there for his sister and the babies. So if you guys seen that, head over to Frankie Rusek Jr.'s community post, and he shared a doc and also the lawsuit that they just recently, this past week, won in the UK, which much love and congratulations to him, because they fought a good fight here on the internet against a lot of bad people that, did not so many nice things to that family. And so I'm very happy for them. Yeah, Darlene, I am too. I am too. They went through hell. What's his channel name, Dawn? It is Frankie Rusek Jr. He has it just under his name. If anybody wants to drop his link, please do here. I actually wrote on his post, I think it was early this morning, and I read the article because somebody had shared it in my Discord, and I was just like, oh, good. Zero shared it with me. And I was like, oh, I'm so happy for him, because, I remember being in a chat with him and his mom and dad years ago, and just heartbroken over what happened to Shanann and Cece and Bella and Nico, and, God rest their souls. And, that terrible monster, what he did to them. And just Frankie really stood up for his sister. She was a really beautiful girl who had a good heart. She was on social media. She was, she really worked hard for her family. And so good for Frankie for going to the UK and taking care of business and taking down that guy, because, you come to this social media platform and you start like hurting the families. You can't do that. It's disgusting to do that kind of stuff. And then just very distasteful. But I'm glad for him that he was able to rise above it, and the results, yes, why attack Shanann, who's been through, listen, that girl went through a lot and she's no longer here. And so rest in peace, Shanann. And the babies, and good for him. Thank you, Gen X, for sharing that. Yes. Sandy Rusek's she's a good woman. She, the husband, Frank, they are nice people. They used to come around the community a long time ago. I think Sandy has a cooking channel, and she shares recipes, and, keeps the memory alive. And, what they go through on a daily basis is rough, man. And nobody can take that away from them, though, man. That's their family, and that's just what it is. Period. End of story. I actually have to email her because I am blocked on her channel, believe it or not. I don't know, maybe it was just a glitch or something, but, I do have a lot of love and respect for them. And, they are a very loved family here. And, yeah, the Rico Katie Proudfoot accusers should pay attention to that. YouTube bad actors, 1000%. I agree with you, because you know what? That could happen to them. Yes, and should happen to them, because what's going on with these cases is disgusting. It really is. And until it happens to you, you should shut up and not do any of this to these people at all. What they're going through is something I hope you never go through. And I will always stand for the victims, always. And anybody that comes on here to be a keyboard warrior or attack anybody, just I would advise not to do it, because you know what? It's hurtful. Just don't. Please don't. Emily says, YouTube bad actors, it is disgusting. The Watts Obsession channel is awful. There was a video over a year ago I commented on because what was being said was sick. I still got, it's disgusting. I can't. I fought and did a lot of helping for them a long time ago. And I said, I got to roll back and just stop, because, after a while you just got to leave it alone and just let it go, because Frankie took care of it, though. He handled it. It's his family. He did what he had to do, and that was it. I can't imagine losing a child, then have crazy people on the internet stalk and harass me. Right, Sunnyside, it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Gen X. Oh, Gen X, you're awesome. Buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee. Johnny Kramer, good to see you, man. What's up, buddy? Brandon, poor Sebastian. You got that BS today. In Tennessee. Really? Oh my God. I can't. Is this like, why are they there? What they did this with Quentin Simon. Now they're in Tennessee. Wait a second. What? Wow. Mind blown. Well, you know what? Hopefully they'll have a Frankie Rusek relative that will take care of business, because this is just it's getting out of hand. I mean, both sides are gross. Profiting off of a missing child. Yes, I mean, there's a difference between covering a case, bringing on the facts, helping and showing the facts, period, end of story. That's it. When you go 3, 4, 5, 6 hours and you're hosting panels, and no, you're leaving so much room for just false information and things. That's hurting the case. So that's a no for me. That's a no for me, dog. Shame on the grifters. They use the chat. Well, and I'm going to be honest with you, and don't anybody take this in a offensive way, but if you're in the chat, you're just as bad. And I know somebody said that to me a long time ago, and I said, you know what? You're right. You're part of the problem. And I was just like, wow, that hit. It hit. Sometimes you got to get hit, and you learn from it, because you think you're there for, to help or to be a positive light and something, but just people say, oh, that's why these people don't want to chat over here. It's not that people don't want to chat anywhere. It's that you can't be in a chat that is doing these things. I get people want to listen. Everybody wants to watch a shit show. I get it. That's what drama's for. That's what TV's for. That's what the Housewives of New Jersey is. I get it. Everybody wants to watch trash TV. But these real life cases that are going on right now, if you're in that chat, you're part of the problem. That's just what it is. Sorry. I digress. Brandon says, tragedy pimps making $5,000 a month off of this poor missing boy. Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about it later on after things happen, and in a way where you're not harming the families and you're not profiting off of it. Listen, if you're going to do something and you're going to bring in money, you better turn around and send that money where it needs to go. Like if you're going to do something for Gabby Petito, she's got a foundation.org. I'm going to tell you, you should be, in my opinion, forwarding that money to that organization. I'm just saying, don't come on here like you're some Captain Save-A-Ho and you're going to do something in the name of the person, put the name in the title, do a hashtag for them. And we know otherwise, because you've trash talked that person in a live maybe 3-4 months ago. But now you want to raise money, but then you're going to keep that money. I don't think so, sweetheart. Because guess what? GabbyPetito.org, that's where you could put that money. We see you. Listen, that's just what it is. You're profiting off of somebody else's tragedy. You're a pig. Sorry. Johnny says, good God, what happened? YouTube's you know what, Johnny, but listen, sometimes you got to keep it real over here, because we sit on the stoop and we hang out and we chat, and that's just what we do. Boxing MMA. What's good, buddy? Says Captain Save-A-Ho. Hello, Dawn Marie. We keep it real over here. Call it the call out community for nothing, right? I keep it straight. Yes. It's Captain Save-A-Ho. Well, because you get those people that they want to say, oh, don't do this, and don't this one's, she's a blah blah blah. But then it's like I don't collect super chats and hashtag a victim's name in the name of. No. Unless you're going to turn around and send it to, that organization, or, because I'm going to call you out. Or somebody super cool here in my chat is going to call it out. Why the middleman? Right, exactly. I don't get it. Was Joey Brooklyn ex-law enforcement? No, he was not. Joey Brooklyn worked for the housing authority. So I'm pretty sure there's difference. So he was not like he wasn't a police in uniform. No, he was the housing. He did so it's a little different. What's up, boxing MMA? It's so good to see you coming out of the woodworks. Ravi and YouTube. This dog loves grandma. My daughter says I am his favorite person. Grandma thing, but obviously I look different with a neck brace here. Oh, that's right. Just say when. How are you feeling? I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. Right? Sup, Brandon. Brandon's my home dog. I love MMA. Is it bare knuckle and all that? Listen, Jennifer Subin, right? I love a good boxing match too. Listen, I came from that. I love wrestling. I love boxing. I love a good, I love a good street fight, 1 against 1, get it down, like a ding, 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 ding. I'm all about it. I love it. I think it's great. Emily says, I did call Lots Obsession out in a Lawyer You Know. Oh, in Lawyer You Know's chat. Peter said hi to her and put her comment up. So I tagged her and said, why are you attacking Shanann Watts and her daughter on your channel? Good for you, Emily. Dawn Maria, I am doing very well, actually. Thank you. I'm so glad. Listen, you heal up good and you just take it easy, okay? And just, if you need anything, you let us know. You want to chat here with us, come and hang out. Jennifer Subay, you're my kind of friend, girl. Listen, just try to keep it 100 over here. I'm not always right, but I try to just kind of stay in my own lane and say what I got to say. I know that I believe in people being kind, people being, realistic. Try to keep it, somewhat. Listen, well, I want to have a good time too. I'm here laughing. Like I said, I'll get the popcorn ready. I sit here. I talked to LaDonna last weekend. I had her come up on the panel for a little bit. We, hung out, shoot the shit a little. Hey, what are you guys doing for Easter? Paint potatoes this year? Right? The cost of eggs. What are we going to do? We're going to paint the potatoes. That's a good idea. Listen, I don't know. What are we going to do for Easter? I got to think about that now because I don't know. I'm going to paint $10 eggs. I'm not going to lie. I was so nervous about this surgery, but I seriously have the most brilliant surgeons. That's good. That's really good. That was definitely something you have to, you got to be careful. Anything like any part of your body, right? But neck, brain surgery, all the things. My cousin's a brain surgeon, so I'm always like, ooh, how do you oh my God, I'm like scared. I knew you into, oh yeah, she's so nice. I love it. Let's paint stones, right? What are we going to do for Easter now? We're going to figure this out. Oh, jeez. Julie V. Where's... Wait, who's Julie V? Julie V. I just saw you up here. Hi. Welcome in. Happy Saturday. Good to see you. We're just chilling. We're talking. We're shooting the shizzle. I had 2... What does that say? Why is this not... I have to pin it if I can't read it. I had 2 C-spines. One worked that the last didn't. Damn, that's rough. Now I'm trying to think. What can we paint on Easter, guys? Let's think about this. Easter. Well, eggs are not going to be it. It's just not going to be it. It's like a month away. So, Well, we're gonna have to get the plastic ones, right? Because that's just, we fill the coins, we fill the eggs with the coins for the kids, and so we're still gonna do that. So the Easter egg hunt will still be a thing. Plastic eggs will still be a thing, right? Listen, we're going to have to still make hard-boiled eggs because I know my mother, she's not going to want to get away from tradition. I just know that I ain't going to be the one picking up eggs. So, so you can forget about asking me for eggs. Um, Damn, I'm stumped. I don't know. I'll have to come back to think about that. The potatoes thing is funny, though. I need a vacation, man. I really do. I would just like to have 2 days, maybe, well, I would love 3. Take 3 days to go somewhere. Just 3. I'm not even being stingy. I'm not saying I would love a week, but listen, I'm trying to be realistic. 3 days to go somewhere. That's not a lot to ask, right? Sending prayers for healing and your sanity. Julie, my granddaughter has been sick with RSV and pneumonia. She's 10 weeks old. Julie, sending you love and prayers and positive vibes for your granddaughter. I'm so sorry to hear that and I hope she gets better. We know she's going to get better, so we got you. I miss my chickens I used to raise. I had some Americanas, aka Easter eggers, pre-colored. Ooh. Eggs are $12 a dozen in Cali. Well, we know you ain't buying and coloring no eggs in California, that's for sure. I had a I can't even say that. There is a cage in my neck. Well, what? There is a cage in my neck, plate and screws. We just need that bad boy to fuse correctly. Ooh, sending you love, girl. That's rough. I had a big surgery on my ankle some years ago, and I just remembered, like, and doctors are so quick to, when you need a surgery, it's like them, they ask you to go for a cup of coffee. They're like, okay, so we'll see you, next Tuesday, 7 a.m. And I just remembered saying to the doctor, like, wow, it's like you just asked me to go for a cup of coffee. Like, you're scheduling me for like an 8-hour surgery. Like, it's no big deal. And he was like, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. It's not a big. I'm like, what? You're ready to like, I had to have like a whole ankle reconstruction and everything. And so I just remembered, like, because if I don't work, I don't get paid. And I was, a hairdresser. And so I had to be off of my foot. And I just remember the recovery was rough. It was so rough. So I give you a lot of credit and I'm sending you so much love. Just say when, because I know it. I get it. I just remembered being in a cast, having all different colored like red, blue, yellow, green, purple, all the different colors. And I'm like, is this ever going to get better? And I remember be like struggling at work, and I'm not one to like complain and bitch and moan and anything. And so, and I'm standing all the time, and I was just like, I got it, don't worry. And they were like where I worked at the time, they were so good to me. He got me a stool. I was like, I can't sit. I almost sit. Like, I'll stand. Like, I'm like on one foot and like kind of like on, and I would just stand all day. I don't know how I did it. I just remembered, like, it was rough. Like, I couldn't wait to get home and just elevate, ice, and then the next morning back up at it again. But it was so hard on me. And I still, to this day, have so much trouble with my foot because it's, it hurts. So I get it. Especially when you can't get it to like heal properly, like if you work a lot and stuff. So in the hospital for 2 weeks. Yeah. Sending you lots of prayers, man. It's just, yeah, it does sound painful, Gen X. It does. He stressed how bad my throat will just be for weeks, and I'm scared to jinx myself, but it doesn't hurt at all. Oh, all right. Well, hey, whatever the doctor told you to do, just listen to the doctor. Please, just listen. Darlene, wait, you're in the hospital for 2 weeks? Let me scroll back up. What did I miss? My son had it at 4 days after birth. Oh, Darlene can relate to you, Julie. Okay, so maybe you guys could conversate about that. Have you ever heard of someone called Dr. Latina? You know what? I have. Is that she's been around here, right? She's been around a long time. Why? Why do you ask? I have to know. Darlene, you never heal correctly. Yeah, it's tough. It's really, I get it. I'm sending you lots of love too. I know you got a lot going on, girl. I feel like Dr. Latina moderated with me years ago on profiling evil. Is that the same woman? Maybe, maybe not. Hmm. I have heard of the name female doctor. Was it Doctor? Did she go by Dr. Latina or Draw Latina? I don't remember now. Or is that just the way people would say her name? I am a very good patient, Dawn Marie. I work for a neurosurgeon, so I know what has to be done. Okay, good. So, YouTube Bad Actor says apparently Molly said Gray Hughes called Dr. Latina in real life for money and upset her. YouTube Bad Actor, seriously? That's disgusting. Wow. Why would he call her in real life for and ask her for money? I could see her getting upset. She's a very nice lady. I do remember her. That's exactly who she is. Yes, she moderated with me. Well, as you some guys may well, I moderate for Profiling Evil and a few different channels in the police community. And so yeah, Dr. Latina. She's been around a long time. That's terrible. Why would he do that? Why did he ask her for money? What is going on? Why? People stopped. What's oh my god. If somebody offers you, that's different. But why are you calling people and asking them? Great. What are you doing? Why? Is everything all right? She came home yesterday from the hospital doing better. Oh, good, Julie. I know. Gen X. What is going on? Wow. I know that's no surprise, Darlene, but that's no excuse. What is going on? He does that once you contribute big, he will email and call and beg. I mean, what is this? Danny Thomas? What's going on? Like, this is not a charity. What in the frig? Stop begging people for money. This is gross, people. Stop it. It's one thing to like thank somebody. That's what I'm saying. That some of these people are leechers, man. They will gravitate towards. That's why you got to be careful giving money to people, and then that's why I said it's so nice when people come in and they gift something. I love that. I can't wait till I can get to. I think it's so nice when people do it. I really do. I think it's great. But when you go and harass somebody, or you're like, "Hey, you donated $5,000 to me once, and you want to do it again?" Like, oh my god. All right. First time. He's a pro grifter, Darlene said. First time. Wait, hold on. First time I went into Gray's chat, I couldn't believe how mean he was to his chat. I always just thought it was his personality. I personally don't have a problem with him at all. I just don't. I don't really. Just when you think you've heard the worst. Yeah. I mean, oh. DM. Peter Hyatt is in very, very critical condition. It's not looking good. Oh, get out. No way. Thanks for the update. I did not know that. He's very nasty to his guests in chat, Darlene said. I know, YouTube Bad Actors. So drop your channel link in here. YouTube Bad Actors does a great job covering, a lot of these channels. You got to be very careful with, a lot of you guys are such good people. You watch these different people and you're like, oh, I like this person. I want to subscribe. And you go back to your regular life, right? And so you don't pay attention. And there's a lot of these other channels like YouTube Bad Actors and, just, yes, demons, right? And they will pick up the different things that these channels do. Like, I didn't even notice certain creators that did these backdoor deal things, and I was just like, wait, whoa, what goes on here? Like, I had no idea that he even did. I had no clue. I really didn't, because I didn't pay attention. I just thought he had. Listen, I knew Gray as somebody who did great what was it called? Those things that he can't even think straight. Watch my channel, you'll learn all about him and laugh. Yeah, YouTube Ed Actors does a great job pointing it out and just kind of wonder if he's on. Well, it doesn't. Um, hang on. Oh, Darlene Wolf, thank you so much for sending me a Cash App. I love you so much. Thank you. You know, it blows my mind to hear about the people. Like, that's why I'm saying YouTube Ed Actors. Please tell me you dropped your link or somebody. Yes. Okay. Gen X did. Thank you. So guys, subscribe to YouTube Ed Actors and just take 2 seconds to watch some of it's all their own words. There's nothing that anybody makes up. You know, you can see it all for yourself. It's very, very, how would you say it? It's very eye-opening. He imitated JLR saying, "Come on in." Wow. Yeah, it was very eye-opening for me because, like I said, I never seen him one way or the other. And so when I started watching some of YouTube Ed Actors videos, I went, whoa, 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 wait a second. So this is a grift? This is I thought all the money he brought in for the things that he did, I thought he donated it all. I didn't know he kept it. And then, excuse me, I didn't know that he kept it. And then what are the things that he does? Just drawing a blank. Like he'll do not graphs, like whatever, and so he draws people in to his visuals of like crime cases and things, and so he'll take you on a tour of all of the street maps and things like that, and then he'll get these donors that'll just, I didn't know he was harassing people. Wow. Dr. Latina, if you ever watch my videos, I mean, I love you and care about you. And I'm so sorry to hear that happened to you. And we're here for you. You're always welcome to come over here. You know that. And so she's such a nice lady. Maps and 3D models. Thank you, YouTube Ed Actors. And listen, you can't take that from him. Like, he is very good at it. But if there's the grift behind it and there's another whole thing, ooh, yeah. And the meanness, like, I mean, listen, everybody's different. I can't tell somebody how to be, right? It's like, I was watching a comedian yesterday, and some of the things he said was funny. Some things listen, I'm more of like a Kevin Hart kind of, I love to laugh to Kevin Hart. I'm just like, dude's funny as hell. Like, he was doing something the other day, and it was with, who is that one? Geez, I just drew what is going on? With Shaquille O'Neal. And so, like Shaquille O'Neal's like 8 feet tall and Kevin Hart's like 5 foot. And so you got the two of them standing next to each other and Kevin Hart's like up to his knees. And like, I love that kind of sense of humor. To me, that's hysterical. And so they're going back and forth. And Shaquille O'Neal I've met him in real life. He is the nicest dude ever. He's so funny. He's quiet. He's just very and then you got Kevin Hart, who's like instigator, funny, just, it's hysterical. Hang on. Let me read some of you guys' comments here. Robbie at YouTube Ed Actors, love the smoker or psycho vid. Yeah, yo, YouTube Ed Actors, you have to subscribe. They're just really good. Gen X says, I unsubscribed from Gray a long time ago when he insulted me in a chat years ago. I might have been one of the first. Wow. I would go in the chat and he would ignore me all the time. And I was like, wow, you're like, why are you ignoring me? Like, you see me in here. There was only like 20 people in the chat. And I was just like, all right, whatever. So then I stopped. Like, I remember I joined the membership because I would do that. Like, I'm like, oh, you $2.99, whatever it was. Like, I would do it. But and like said hello a couple of times. But then, like, when you start getting like lost in the conversation, sometimes you just kind of feel like, does the channel care? Like, I don't know. I don't like that when channels just don't, when the channel ignores the people, because I mean, I'm doing this now. I've only been doing this for like, a few short months, but Darlene says he's just a jerk. Tiff Knox, good to see you. Yeah, I guess not a lot of people really like him. Jen X says, I've timed him out at Vinny's for not following the simple rules. No personal attacks to other chatters. A lot of people, they think because they're a creator that they're above the chat rules. They're not. You're just another, chatter at that point. What's funny is, like, I remember a long time ago, and I'll say this publicly, I don't care, but we were moderating for Law and Crime, and the woman who was the head of the moderators over there, she blocked Duty Ron in the chat. Ron was talking to, and I was in there too as a moderator, and he was, listen, Ron's always in there talking to people, helping people, and I was pissed, okay? He was in there just as a retired police officer, and he was in there chatting, and this lady blocked him, and I watched it, and I went, what is going on? Like, why did he get blocked? And so I asked her, and she proceeds to tell me that he got blocked because he was poaching subscribers. And I went, no, he's not. He's in here talking to people. And common courtesy is to, in my personal opinion, is if they're in there, you share their link. Now, funny story is that this woman, shared the link of the woman, the lawyer with the purple hair. I forget her name. Whatever. It's not important. But she came in and she shared her link. And I was like, interesting. So it was okay to share that lady's link. So I would share Ron's link. And I was just thinking fair is fair, right? What was her name? Tell me the name of the lady, the lawyer with the purple hair. No, Gen X, Ron he wasn't breaking the rules. He was just having a normal conversation about whatever the case was that was going on. A subscriber asked him a question because he's retired law enforcement, so Ron was answering the questions, and so I dropped his link. She got mad at me because I dropped his link, and then he got blocked in the chat. And I was like, what the heck? So then she tells me she was told by people at the network to block him. And I went, no. What? That's not right. Emily D. Baker, thank you. So she was able to promote Emily Baker in the Law and Crime chat, but I couldn't promote Ron. And I went, that's not cool. That's just, she's a creator, he's a creator. Show me the difference. You can't. So I don't say nothing. I leave it alone. I figure, this lady, she tells me she works there. She gets paid. I don't get paid. I don't get nothing. I just am there helping out. And so I don't say nothing. I leave it alone. So listen, Ron took care of it. He handles it. But I say to myself, yeah, Ron's aces. Who would block him? Like, he's little just Duty Ron. Like, you don't bother nobody. And if anything, you should feel safe in the chat because he's in there. He's helping out. Like, it's not a big deal. And he's not poaching for nothing. And he's getting some subscribers. What's the big deal? We're all there to help each other out. I was mad. I was just like, lady, this is crazy. Like, you have a personal issue with him. You don't like him. That's not... See, that's where you can't mod with your feelings. You got to just let it go. And so, I don't know. That's where, I don't know. I don't say I'm an aces with what I do because I just don't moderate with my feelings. If you write something and I don't think it's appropriate, I'll take it out. That's just what I do. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you're going to say something nasty, it's gone. That's it. It's gone. Goodbye. But so that was what happened over there. And I was so annoyed because if you're going to do for one, you got to do for the other, right? Am I right or wrong? I mean, that's just what it was. So that's just one little story I'll share with you guys. At YouTube Bit Actors, I really go in his chat. I can't deal with his grouchy ass. Yeah, Erica Olson. Wasn't that? Yeah, well, I figured that was just one little story I'll share with you guys. That sounds like she didn't like him. Yeah, I don't think she did. You should be so blessed to have Duty Ron in the chat. Well, I mean, listen, he, like I said, if he was going to get some subscribers off of it, so what? Who cares? It's not a big deal. The network was out of New York. Ron was a retired detective out of New York. Who cares if he got some subscribers? Lady, you were getting subscribers too. You forget? You were getting you had a channel. You were growing out of that chat too. Just saying. Okay. I didn't have a channel back then. I put my link in there. Just say when Dawn Marie, watch Kevin Hart on Jimmy Kimmel when Jimmy has the animals on his show. I laugh so hard to the point of tears every time I watch it. Aren't they funny though? Kevin Hart, he was one of the best comedians that I seen down here at a show. He was so funny. I got connected to you and Joey Brooklyn through Duty Ron. Good people. Yeah, Julie, they are. They're just good dudes, you know. I get annoyed once in a while. They don't bother me. Brandon, the mods always drop Ron's link in Attorney Mel. Good. They should. You know, like, I feel like in this type of a community, you know, we all get to know each other. We all help each other out. Joey helps me. I help Joey. Ron helps me. Ron helps Joey. It's just what you do. And so when I seen that, I was just like, lady, I saw, and I have tons of screenshots too. So I was just like, I saw what you said. Like, listen, I'm for the side of the right. I don't care. You could talk whatever you want over there, but what you did was wrong. I'm just saying. But I'll just go about my business. I'm going to mind my business over here. BHB talked crap on Duty Ron the other day. It cracks me up because she's so pissed that he called her out. Well, you know what? She should get over it because, you know, Ron's part of that call out community too. So he knows, and he's going to call out some fuckery because that's what he does. But I mean, why shouldn't he? She told him to go fuck himself one day on a live. How about that? Yes, she sure did. Don't make me start playing clips. Rising tide lifts all ships. Gen X. Boom. Great community, right, Jennifer Subay? I love saying your name. She's probably like, Dawn, shut up. Just call me Jennifer. I made a video of Ron calling out BHB, Emily. Yes. YouTube actors, she can't stand it. Well, you know, there's just certain people on this platform that, one, they don't like getting called out for what they do and say, and two, they are batshit crazy. But, you know, and three, they don't like not being liked. And that's just what it is. I mean, it's very sad to say, but if you do something first, right? And so they always say, like, they're the first. And so I'll never forget, she was in, where was it, Georgia, and she told him to go fuck himself. And I was just like, whoa, like somebody had sent it to me. That's how I saw it. And so I went, whoa, what was this? Like, why? Why would she say that? Like, he don't say too bad things about her. Like, why? I don't understand. Like, and I kind of like, I'm not going to lie, like I kind of liked her. I'm not saying I was in love with her. I was kind of like, all right, you know, listen, I don't have time to like or not like people on here. Really don't. It was one lady that I just didn't like years ago, and that's just what it was. But yeah, I mean, can't wait till God, it's just too much. You know, when people have that way where they're going to attack somebody on here, I mean, why shouldn't Ron call it out? He's going to. She's really gotten herself really involved in a lot of these cases. It's sad. Didn't somebody just say before that she's like somewhere right now? Like, sad. Well, let's see. Honestly, it is pronounced Subi, but it's all Subi. Jennifer Subi. I say Sube. Subi. He did call her out before. He did. Well, I mean, she's got this ginormous like record, and so I guess you know what? To be fair, he might have called her out first. I could see that, because if she's like, listen, if she's pushing at subscribers, he will do it. He will stick up for the community. He will. If BHB is playing on someone's channel that I'm watching, her voice attracts male cats in heat around my house. Oh, God. She's in Tennessee. Oh, man. How she has been with Katie Proudfoot is so listen, I have no idea. Well, listen, guys, on that note, I know that you guys just have a great Saturday. Try not to spend too much of your time watching her or doing any of the things. Keep Sebastian in your heart. Let's hope and pray they find this little boy. And let's just, pray that he's alive and safe. But listen, on that note, I am so glad that you came and you broke up some time with me on a Saturday in the middle of cleaning, but I got to get back to work and finish doing some things. So thank you guys so much for coming and chatting and hanging out. I love all of you. Just say when. I want you to feel good. Everybody take care of yourselves. Until next time, enjoy the weekend.
New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. A Brooklyn girl, that's Dawn Marie. She's sharing New York memories. See the city with Dawn Marie and hanging Little Italy. R.I.P. South Factory. The real party is Kings County. The songs about music all around. That's where she found the Brooklyn sound. New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Her large Italian family, they taught her hospitality, empathy, humanity, and strength in her community. Her justice call, defiant tone, rings out from her Long Island home. New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. She's so damn cool, so smart and quick. She's old school, this New York chick. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music.